All right, so I did say I would make this in the last like EZA speculation video, but I want to talk about the potential option for a Dokkanfest Super Baby. Again, it is the most popular theory right now, and I would want to just at least state at the very beginning, nothing is confirmed. We're not really sure what exactly might be happening, but there are some very strong, I guess, teasers slash hints left in the data. And there's even the thought that like they're doing this on purpose now because it's just way too frequent, and honestly it wouldn't make a lot of sense because they knowingly put the data in here like this, like especially for, I think, more so like the very clear and obvious things like the maps, right? Like this map right here that's in the database, I feel like that is like, okay, this is pretty obviously like something they put in there on purpose. And at this point they did this, they did the Omega Shenron burst mode. Like a lot of things are in here early now that like they know we see this stuff and go into the data, especially after the whole Super Gogeta kind of shenanigan thing that I think pretty clearly that wasn't intentional, but they never did anything like that for the Omega Shenron, for example. So it's just very interesting to see this kind of stuff pop up. Now I would say, like, for example, the thing that isn't really, I think, necessarily like big like on purpose hints necessarily is this, like the ID kind of in the tables, because this is just the game's data, so it's less of a like, oh, we're doing this on purpose. It's more so of, this is, I guess it feels to me like this is the order that they design these characters and then put them into the actual data for. This is less of like a, oh yeah, we're doing this on purpose so that you guys know what exactly is coming up for EZAs and things like that. I think it's just something that came with it, and it's like, it's kind of a thing here, but this is less of like, I think, them doing it on purpose. Well, I mean, I guess I can't really say for sure. I'm not sure how exactly they input this, but I feel like stuff like this is like, okay, they're kind of being like toy with this, they're teasing us, right? I think it makes a lot of sense if we go with that kind of idea, but again, that's not really the point of this video. I just wanted to, I guess, bring that up since I was talking about it, right? Again, I am like an S tier yapper chat. I just think of something and then I start going on that train and I'm like, oh wait, I accidentally got off topic, right? It is what it is, but let's actually just get on topic here, please. Okay, so with all that being said, obviously we saw the map here. Big idea is that Super Baby is going to get a Dokkan Festival. To me, I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, Baby has never gone to Dokkan Festival. If we think about like the main villains throughout the entirety of Dragon Ball, I don't know why I put Babi. Even like, okay, like OG Dragon Ball, Tao Pai Pai has a Dokkan Festival. Actually, you know what's crazy? Tao Pai Pai got a Dokkan Fest before Demon King Piccolo. Is that not like kind of crazy? But like, even if we think of like Demon King Piccolo, I would say he's probably the villain that has the least quote-unquote representation. Like, he doesn't even have a summonable like LR, for example, right? Like compared to the rest of them. But like, okay, Demon King Piccolo, fine. We see my Junior actually has a Dokkan Festival, or I'd say they probably have him as Piccolo Junior in the global version. Yeah, see, Piccolo Jr. did get a Golden Week Dual Dokkan Festival. We go ahead and go up. You see Vegeta. Saiyan Saga Vegeta actually is another character that does not have a Dokkan Festival, but he also had like an anniversary LR. And I think Vegeta in general has obviously a lot of things. So Vegeta as a character is not really someone that's not represented, right? But obviously Frieza did get, of course, a Dokkan Festival LR. Frieza has the first form Dokkan Festival as well. Obviously, Cell has a lot of Dokkan Festivals himself. Again, you can see Tech Cell, AGL Cell, IntLR Cell, Kid Buu. I don't know, let's just bring up, obviously, Kid Buu, for example, right? But I think all Boos, like Bat Buu finally got his Dokkan Festival last year. We got the Buu Gotenks got his Dokkan Festival, Super Buu got a Dokkan Festival, Buuhan has a Dokkan Festival, Kid Buu has one. Like every single form of Buu from the Majin Buu saga has gotten a Dokkan Festival character. Super 17 has a Dokkan Festival, Omega Shenron has a Dokkan Festival. Like, we go through the list, right? Every single one of these major antagonists of Dragon Ball has had a Dokkan Festival, except for Demon King Piccolo. If you want to count Saiyan Saga Vegeta, I think that's very fair. And then Baby. It's very interesting. Like, that these characters have not yet gotten a Dokkan Festival. And you know, even with like Saiyan Saga Vegeta, at least he's had the Nappa Vegeta Exchange LR, I guess you could say. The, again, year 7 anniversary LR. Baby has been part of an anniversary as an LR, of course, but that was the 4th anniversary. And that's like the last, like, you know, this guy's a banner unit, but you know, this is like the last like actual like Super Baby 2 representation in the game. I also again misspelled it again, but I think it's my keyboard. I don't think it's me. I think it's my keyboard, but you guys get the point. This guy does deserve to get like a modern day unit. Like I would say anything from 7th anniversary and beyond to me is what I would count as more of quote unquote modern unit and modern Dokkan times. The 7th anniversary was definitely a huge shift in, you know, what we actually had, like in terms of like expectations for characters and things like that. So I think that that's something that, at least how I kind of take it as. So it makes a lot of sense to Baby to get one. I've seen some speculation for Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. I don't really think that it's gonna be Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Does Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta like need a Dokkan Festival? I think if I bring up 4 Vegeta, does that count? Yeah. If like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta need a Dokkan Festival, yes, I think a new Dokkan Festival would be nice, but if we compare it to Baby, it's definitely a 9-day difference, right? So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and talk about leader skill / kit for Baby, because I think that Baby himself has a lot of potential. I mean, it depends. Like, is it going to be Super Baby 1 that transforms into Super Baby 2? Is it going to be Grade Ape Super Baby 2? I would assume, based off of the map here, it would be a transforming Baby character. It could be Super Baby 2 with an intro, though, and the Dokkan Fest is just, like, the Dokkan Festival doesn't necessarily have to like be the entirety of the card, if that makes sense. Like it could be the start, could be the I'm gonna say Gohan, Goten, you know, Trunks there, then we see Super Baby 1, or just normal Baby Vegeta actually, then Super Baby 1 here, then we would of course get Super Baby 2. Maybe you know what would be funny if he has like a Planet Tuffle domain. I hope not. That would be hilarious though. I guess if it would be like a really late fight, like, you know, this guy's like, okay, turn 6 Planet Tuffle domain that he gets via his passive, but it's not like a necessary thing. And it's like, okay, once Omega's domain is over, Baby does get his own domain, right? That kind of idea. But yeah, that would be very funny. I'm thinking it would be mainly Super Baby 2 though. Like it could be like the intro, it could be like a Super Baby 2 LR, then the intro is him doing the like ritual where all the like baby possession like Saiyans give him his energy, then that's when he becomes Super Baby 2, because he's Super Baby 1 initially, then he receives energy from again Gohan, Trunks, Bra, and Goten. They all give him energy and he actually goes Super Baby 2. Then he does the revenge death ball, and then Goku's like, ah! And then Goku almost died if it wasn't for Kibuto Kai, I think, saving him. Yeah. It's been a while since I've seen GT, but let's go ahead and to see some of the replies here. I think there's a lot of options, though. Let's see. Terrifying Conquerors, Revenge, Corroded Body and Mind, something like that. Yeah, you know what? I think that would just be a good leader skill. Again, Revenge is a category that hasn't gotten a new leader in a while as well. Corroded Body and Mind is the same thing. I mean, okay, if we take a look at some of the characters that would be on here, and what was the third category? Terrifying Conquerors. Again, all 3 teams I think do need new leaders. Like again, what, Mod Junior was the last time we got a leader for this team? Physical Rose, my bad, was the last time we got one there. Then into Broly. I think, you know, all these 3 leader skills would make a lot of sense, in my opinion. I mean, Corroded Body and Mind would get the Goku Blacks all on this team. Like it could be like Corroded Body and Minds, and then maybe the 30% could be, I don't know, Inhuman Deeds potentially. I think would be pretty good. That would get, of course, all the Goku Blacks on here, because I believe the clones are also on Inhuman Deeds, right? They are. Though I would say the clones might not be the best characters to run here. Janemba. I'm trying to think of like, okay, what would fit Janemba on here? I mean, oh, Accelerated Battle, the Goku Blacks are in, aren't they? Yeah, you know, what if the 30% is Accelerated Battle though? Does Baby have Accelerated Battle? He doesn't. Dang, okay. Yeah, they would have to find some way to get them on there. I guess it would just have to be a separate category in its entirety. But obviously, Terrifying Conquerors would also be a pretty nice setup for the future because of the cooler EZAs. Right now, it's not really anything crazy. I mean, Full Power Frieza could be decent, I would say. But it's really the cooler EZAs that we're waiting for. Like, okay, we have the STR Final Form cooler, Physical Final Form cooler. We also do have the LR AGO Golden Frieza. There's a lot of these characters that are kind of just sitting there that I think could realistically get EZAs within the next few months. So that would be good. Revenge, also not really the best team. We do have some of the Broly's on here, Super Saiyan 3 Great Ape Goku. I mean, yeah, really looking at it though, I think those three categories in specific wouldn't really be the strongest leader skill right now. Transformation boost would be pretty good if they want to add that into the mix. I mean, we don't have a 250% kind of HP leader for a transformation boost. And there are a couple of villains on here that could obviously, you know, get a really good buff from this. I keep using that word. Obviously, I just keep using. I don't know why it's in my, like, what's the term, lexicon. I don't know why. It's just I don't know, I'm just silly. Attack 77% per orb, so we cannot use them in events. That would be very funny. Be like, yeah, this is like in Super Baby 2, right? The leaders. That Terrifying Conqueror's leader has to drop out before Goma, so if it gives Goma 220%. I mean, yeah, I guess Goma would also fit this, like, for future buffing. Like, what would it be? I mean, he could also technically lead Battle of Fate. I guess that would be a good team too, but if we think about Transformation Boost or Terrifying Conquerors, I think one of these two teams I would probably like myself. Like, I think Corroded Body and Manrik would make a lot of sense too. Just because I feel like, again, giving Tech Janemba a new home, this guy could actually still be pretty good. I say that as if he didn't EZA like 4 months ago, or yeah. Actually, it's funny, he EZA'd 4 years exactly after his global release, pretty much. But this guy could still be really good. And when you get the Tech Super Janemba out, he's actually a very strong Slot 1 character. He could be very useful in this current kind of setup, like right now, but he doesn't have a team where you use him on. I mean, his team is Transformation Boost. Like, you can't use Uncontrollable Power right now. Like, he just needs a better setup. Accelerated Battle would be his best one here, but I mean, Hit's a decent leader. Glorio's team could work, but that's really only the Goku Black fight. I think, like, giving this guy a new team would allow him to flourish really well. I would be super excited to be able to use Tech Janemba again. This guy, again, has sauce to him. He can look really good if the situation calls for it on a new team. 100%. Like, he has so many of these tools that will be valuable in difficult content. I mean, he has the 80% chance to dodge with the Rainbow Key Sphere. He has the guard plus 30% reduction before he would receive the attack. He could triple super, can he? Right? Yeah, launches an additional super here. So with the hidden potential, he has this. I mean, this guy could be good. Great link set, by the way. Brutal Beatdown, Metamorphosis, Big Bad Boss's Nightmare, Fear and Fit. Like, this is a crazy good link set. And I'm not sure how many links he has with Baby specifically, but still, man, it's like, this guy could be good. 100%. And then, you know, we would be... Eventually, this guy could super easy. Like, we have the Super Saiyan 4s now. Like, if they start going down the route of the 120% leaders, like AGL Super 17, STR Super Janemba could potentially be like crazy. Like, this guy would be, one day when this guy gets a Super EZA, I think he'll be pretty nasty. 50% bare minimum. And then with this building up, maybe in slot 1 he has an additional, or like turn 1 he has an additional 20% chance to dodge or something like that. I don't know, they could do crazy things with this guy. I'm excited. Yeah, no stones. That's crazy. Ah, man, that does suck. Hopefully he raises his attack and defense. That'd be really nice. You know, if he does raise attack and defense, that'd be pretty cool. You know, a lot of people will say though, there is the idea that a lot of people will like see a character not actually, like, genuinely they see a character only raise attack on their super attack and then they get really scared. That happened with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. They're like, oh my goodness, wait, why doesn't he raise defense on a super attack? There can be issues that come with it, but usually, I mean, nowadays, if I see like a Dokkanfest LR have attack raise only on their super attack, to me, that makes me actually think, oh yeah, these guys are going to be an incredible slot 1 character, because they'll have all their defense in here. Like, for example, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I think there's very niche situations where he like can't tank normals, but it's not a very common thing to happen. And again, there's another character like this where it's like they don't raise their defense on their super attack, like this guy. Another example, this guy came out and it's like he has the 30% his 12 key, but like he didn't raise his own defense here. People were worried, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, obviously he gets, of course he got all of his defense here on a super attack. Same with Rose Goku Black, he didn't raise defense here on his 18 key, and then I would say this guy is really tanky for the most part still. Of course, like against like a 30 mil super from Goku Black, the fight against, you know, like a turn 3 situation, he could get one shot, but again, most characters will die there if they don't straight up dodge, right? But you guys kind of get the point with how like they kind of design these characters now. I would say it's a fair trade-off to have all your defense before you attack, but then you don't get any extra defense after you attack. That's pretty fair for a slot 1 character, in my opinion. So Baby would have that. I wouldn't mind, because I would say, if we're thinking about GT bosses specifically, I don't think this guy would be a GT bosses leader. We just got this Omega anyways. I think this guy being a definitive slot 1 character would be really good. And then they give us Agil Super 17 Super Easy, make him another definitive slot 1. This team would be twice as strong, because I think the biggest issue with this team is, you know, you have Agil Omega, he could probably sit there, Tech Sin turn 1, but like more so across the entire game, having just like, yes, this guy is definitive slot 1 god gamer, right? That's what I would like from a Super Baby 2. And it's always useful, because even if we think of it just like extreme class in general, I would have to like sort over here, like, oh god, I have it really zoomed in. I was actually getting a thumbnail earlier for the video I made earlier, but okay, let's take a look here at what's it called, extreme class, just like all in general. Again, extreme class, and then release date with the EZA. Like I mean, I don't want to. Okay, let's just take a look here. Like, who here would I classify as like a true slot 1 character? Like LR Rose, probably. Like Omega can sit slot 1, but it's not like the best. I think he can work in slot 1 though. Same with Rose, even I would say like he's kind of, I would say Rose is a better slot 1 than Omega, but let's keep a look here. Tao could probably sit in slot 1 pretty comfortably for the most part, but not really the best either. Like again, it's like we compare these characters and then we look at super class, and I think there's like very more clear safe slot 1 characters. I mean, even Vegeta, Trunks, once they start getting it built up, right, they're very safe in slot 1. Blue Goku, I would say, is a pretty safe option in slot 1. Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, I would say, is a safer option in slot 1 than a lot of those extreme class characters. That's just 3 off the bat right there. LR Super Saiyan 4s, LR Gods, lesser bit to an extent. AGO Gogeta when he transforms, I guess. Like, you guys kind of see, like, there's just a lot more of these, like, slot 1 viable characters that I feel much more comfortable in slot 1. Like, again, I like Omega at slot 1, but I would say, like, a character, honestly, like, I feel like a character with guard and high damage reduction would be the best case scenario, because Omega can get up to 70% reduction, but, like, at the end of the day, with the defense level he's at before he supers, like, there is a certain amount of tanking that he can do, even with this up, or especially even without this up. Like turn 1, I've seen this guy get like just like cold-blooded just killed. It is crazy, but yeah. Terrifying Conquerors and Battle of Fate led team jumpstarts that team, gets both Rose and Omega. Yeah, I mean, Terrifying Conquerors and Battle of Fate would be pretty good. I'm just thinking like, okay, if he leads these 2 teams, I would say Terrifying Conquerors, where is it at? Like, these 2 would be good teams. I think for sure to lead, gets Rose on here, gets Omega on there, of course, and then kind of helps jumpstart Terrifying Conquerors for when we eventually would get more Terrifying Conquerors characters like the Coolers and Goma. I'm trying to think of like, okay, what would the 30% be? Inhuman Deeds probably would be one of them. Because that would also be all the Omegas and the Goku Blacks. That could work. Sucks that AJ Rose won't be on there, but it's fine. Like, I could see Inhuman Deeds being one of them. I really want Kurodabani in mind. And then what? Like, what other team, though, does, like, he share with Janemba? Transformation Boost could be the 30% maybe instead. Like, it could be Battle Fate, Terrifying Conquerors, and then Kurodabani in mind. Then Transformation Boost and Inhuman D's to 30%. I think that would be pretty fire. That would be pretty fire to me, because Battle Fate is a large enough team with a large enough roster to kind of help support other two teams. I just really want Tech Janemba there, because Tech Janemba is like one of the characters where I feel like he could actually be a very good, like, nice slot one character, right? Yeah, Artificial Life Forms, Terrifying Conquerors, Kurodabani Mind. Artificial Life Forms. I haven't thought about that one just yet. Like, okay, let's take a look here. I mean, it hasn't had a new team in a while, but we got some good options. Buhan, Tech Cell could probably be really good in that Gogeta fight. STR Cell, I could see STR Cell being a nice option too. Buhan here, like if we get like a power absorption kind of team. Does this guy fit power absorption? He doesn't. That does suck, unfortunately. I mean, the Gammas eventually, like the AJO Gamma 1 and the STR Gamma 1, they'll get easy A's within, I mean, eventually, right? Actually, Cell Max. Funny enough, I used Cell Max in let me actually see if I can find the screenshot. I did use Cell Max as a, what's it called? As an option in the Goku Black. Oh no, in the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta team. Let me see. I want to find, yeah, okay, look, here it is. So I was talking about the Super Bosses team. I did actually use Cell Max here in the in the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta fight, and I did get a no item run. Like, he's actually not bad. Funny enough, like, I think Cell Max is a little better on this team than people think. I think the Goku Black Zamasu fight, he could probably get hurt really badly, but like, I felt like the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta fight or the Omega Shenron fight, I think this guy could get set up pretty nicely. And, you know, when he uses his active, at least for me, he was at like what? Like 13 mil defense? Like that plus 30% reduction, he's able to take double digits pretty easily from like the super attacks without even like any other help. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. And he actually does get his active with Artificial Life Forms as well. I mean, this guy could be like a sneak option. I just throwing my hands up in the air, you know? He could be a sneak option. I think this guy is not as bad as people think he is, because that target skill. He can basically full heal you on this turn. Like, I'm not going to say he's crazy. He doesn't, like, his damage is definitely not there anymore. But like, as a floater option, I do wish this was a 4-turn buff though. Like this intro, I wish this was 4 turns. That would make him like a lot better. But yeah. Just bringing that out there. It's just really funny. Him and Dokkan, an all-rounder, mostly built towards defense, lots of support and healing, similar to the Zamasu portion of Rose. He would also bring the Giant Up active skill. Oh yeah. Because there is a mechanic in the game about Great Apes having active skills, like an active skill attack. Maybe he has that. Oh, you know, I never thought about the idea of a new category. We could actually bring this up, the Legends. Let me bring up DB Legends Nets right here, because there is the regeneration category, or the regeneration tag here. Like, there would be a lot of characters, like, technically, Omega fits this because, like, the Angel Omega, but I would say only Angel Omega would fit this, in my opinion, unless they would just count him as a regeneration category character because he did it as Angel Omega. But how Dokkan usually does categories is they'll only put the character in the category if it is that card actually doing that for the most part. But, you know, who knows, right? Of course, on the Majin Boos would fit here. Piccolos would fit here. Cells would fit here. All the baby forms. Piccolo, like I said. Metal Cooler. Oh, Goku Black and Zamasu, and his Zamasu card would fit here too. Goku Black would not, but I mean, this could be cool though. I mean, I would like this team. I think this would be a nice new villains team to add to the roster. Realistically, like it is just though Cell, Piccolo, Buu, Janemba, Zamasu. It's kind of it, and Omega. I mean, it's still a good roster though. Like STR Cell would be on here, Tech Cell, Int Buhan would be on here. I guess whenever we get a Garlic Jr., all the Fat Buu would be on here, for example. Again, actually the tag Goku Black and Zamasu would be on here. Just like these guys. I mean, this would be good. I actually like this idea. Like, they actually finally introduce a regen category. Or you could also just straight up give us the powerful opponent team. But this is like Mega Copium. I would say regen, I would take them. Like, if they introduce like a new regeneration category team based off the Legends tag, that would be a pretty huge win. Yeah. I would love that. Massive L by Amatsu. I don't really see that. Rose and Baby in the same celebration. That would be sick, yeah. Kuroda Body and Mind, Revenge, guaranteed to be somewhere in his leader skill. I think Kuroda Body and Mind is a pretty good guess, honestly. It is a feeling I have. Extreme class support with extra support for artificial life forms and Kuroda Body, yep. Let's see. Every GT villain is mid. That's not, I mean, if you want to skip them, that's up to you. Terrifying Conqueror or GT bosses 170%, then Inhuman Dude in the Space Traveling Warriors 50%. Making crazy good support and utility. Then we'll read this one for last here. Kuroda Body Mind or Transformation moves 220% key for. I don't think he'd be a Carnival. I'm pretty sure he's going to be like a Dokkanfest. I think the next release will be a Dokkanfest LR with the T-War panel unit. It could very well though be a T-War character, and then like we get like the LR is saved. Like a lot of people were saying Tanabata is gonna be end of August, and if that's true, then I think that LR that's kind of quote unquote seen in the data. Again, we talked about this where there's an upcoming like new summonable LR, and we know this because Rick specifically said that they use we could see in the data the card awakening table as well, and in that card awakening table, the LR or there's space for the LR basically to use 2 awakening medals, which only summonable LRs usually use more than 1 awakening medal for like if they're new. Like if it's a free-to-play LR, they would only use the one kind of awakening medal in that awakening step, but then summonable LRs use multiple. So that's why it's like, okay, T-Wars of course only use their new Dokkanfest medal, so it could be T-War, but then like, okay, I don't really see them dropping like the T-War like baby without a banner unit either. I mean, I guess they technically, of course they could, but I don't see that happening. That's why I'm really thinking like an LR, but who knows? They could just drop a T-War without a banner unit. That's all I'm gonna say. But I guess one thing I should end off on. Again, we expect this character to drop on the 7th, 8th. And like the 5th should be about when we see details at most. So let's just keep a lookout, man. Maybe there's like some sort of stream or something announced, or maybe we get a producer's letter relatively soon. But appreciate y'all for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.